Taiwan hit a record-high new world ranking at number 22 in the Tokyo Olympics. We've won 5 more medals overall compared to previous Olympics, with 2 gold, 4 silver, and 6 bronze, a total of 12 medals in the Tokyo Olympic Summer Games. Is the epidemic emergency over? Peculiar phenomena pose more questions about COVID-19. While the Delta variant spreads faster than flu, case fatality rate is a mystery. After England lifted all restrictions, new case numbers dropped. As fully vaccinated people cannot escape the Delta variant, most recovered patients have better immunity. AI is doomed to dominate the world in the future from now on. It's not drones, no robot cops, but a robotic police dog. It can patrol the street to do the chores for police to have more time and energy to fight the criminals, such as measuring body temperature of pedestrians or identifying the wanted with face recognition systems, or even to make arrests like a cop.
Hello, I'm Wade Lee. Thanks for joining us on this week's Fun Days News. Here are your top stories. On July 23rd, our athletes marched into the Tokyo Olympic Stadium as Team Taiwan. 17 days later, August 8th, concluded the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. With a milestone of 12 medals, Taiwan has set a new high record for itself. The total medal count by the International Olympic Committee ranks Taiwan at 22 for top sport teams in the world.
After the Tokyo Olympic Games, in the list of best sports countries in the world, Taiwan ranked 22 by total medal count, with a total of 12, including 2 gold, 4 silver, and 6 bronze medals. It's an amazing achievement, especially considering that we grabbed 6 first-ever medals in men's judo, men's badminton double, men's pommel horse, golf, women's boxing, and women's karate, respectively, among which we clinched 1 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze first-ever medals. And back to our record, Taekwondo and weightlifting are our 2 gold mines. We have bagged 2 Taekwondo gold medals and 3 weightlifting gold as a whole. If we add up silver and bronze medals in the record, the 2 sports have brought us 16 medals altogether, with 8 from each. And from 1956, our first participation in the Olympic Games, until Tokyo 2020, Taiwan has received 24 medals overall, and 12 were won recently in Tokyo, when 16 medals were earned for Taekwondo and weightlifting.
Japan has proven to be our ally, especially during this Olympics. According to media reports, former Japanese Premier Shinzo Abe was among a group of Japanese lawmakers who gathered in Tokyo on July 28th. For a video conference with lawmakers from Taiwan and the US to discuss shared concerns. Later, on August 2nd, reports showed that Abe said that Japan couldn't allow what happened in Hong Kong to befall Taiwan.
Shinzo Abe is the longest-serving prime minister in Japanese history. During his long tenure as Japanese prime minister, Abe skillfully avoided incline toward Taiwan that would affect ties with China. Therefore, his embrace of a more supportive policy toward Taipei is emblematic of a broader shift across the Japanese government. Japanese Deputy Prime Minister Taro Aso, a longtime Abe ally, told a gathering on July 5th in Tokyo that Japan would have to work with the U.S. to defend Taiwan in the event of a Taiwan Strait crisis. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga affirmed the importance of peace and stability of the Taiwan Straits during his visit to the White House in April.
On July 28th, a trilateral strategic dialogue video conference commenced among lawmakers of the United States, Japan, and Taiwan. On the same day, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that includes a motion to ban the use of public funds to buy, make, or display any maps of China that shows Taiwan as part of its territory.
The motion is Amendment 35 of the Bill for State Department and related Foreign Service funding. Its main sponsor, Republican lawmaker Tom Tiffany, said this is a common-sense measure. As we all know, Taiwan has never been part of Communist China. The Taiwanese people elect their own leaders, raise their own armed forces, conduct their own foreign policy, and maintain their own international trade agreements. By every measure, Taiwan is a sovereign, democratic, and independent country. Any claims to the contrary are simply false. The Wisconsin representative said, since the 1970s, America's so-called One China policy has acknowledged Beijing's bogus argument that Taiwan is part of Communist China. This is a dishonest policy, and that is one that America should abandon. Communist China is Communist China, and Taiwan is Taiwan.
In pandemic news, on August 3rd, after nearly 2 months, Taiwan's restaurants finally opened up for indoor dining again, due to the drop in new COVID-19 cases in recent weeks. In other parts of the world, London had lifted all remaining restrictions on social distancing and mandate mask wearing in England mid-July. This decision by Prime Minister Boris Johnson was criticized as an irresponsible move in the midst of a third wave driven by the highly transmittable Delta variant. Yet, to everyone's surprise, new case numbers have dropped.
It surely is strange. As we know, on July 19th, people throughout England celebrated Freedom Day. Although weeks earlier, UK Health Secretary Sajid Javid warned cases could reach up to 100,000 per day in August as England reopened. Less than a week later, something unexpected happened. The government's daily infection count began to drop. What followed was 7 consecutive days of decrease in a number of new infections. On July 24th, England had just 19,724 new cases, and the weekly average had dropped from 47,443 to just over 31,000, or nearly 35% drop.
So, what possible explanation is there to explain this drop in new cases? Is this a mere coincidence? On July 30th, Britain's Office of National Statistics published its weekly infection survey that painted a different picture. The survey showed that estimates prevalence of infections in England had actually risen from 1 in 75 people to 1 in 65 in the week to July 24th. So the number of new infections dropped while the prevalence of infection has risen. Are we comparing apples to oranges, or are they all the same?
Simon Clark, Associate Professor of Cellular Microbiology at the University of Reading, believes that daily infection numbers rely largely on self-reporting, but the national statistics data uses large-scale sampling across the country and in an unbiased way, giving us a more reliable indication of the considerable numbers of infections. And the office recently reported that more than 1 in 5 people who are known to be infected with the coronavirus do not self-isolate, which is likely to be one of the key drivers in increasing numbers from 1 in 75 to 1 in 65.
In this week's Life News, Honolulu Police Department spent about $150,000 in federal pandemic relief fund to purchase a new sidekick named Spot, a 4-legged robotic dog who will serve alongside police officers by using technology that scans a person's eyeball to provide an accurate body temperature, eliminating the risk between police officers and the homeless.
For the time being, the Honolulu Police Department is using the 4-legged machinery dog to patrol a government-run tent city. Spot was released last year by the manufacturer. You can buy it for $74,500. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos was photographed with the dog as well. He tweeted a photo of the pair from Amazon's annual robotics conference. Spot was first introduced in 2016 with a different look. It can load a dishwasher or pick itself back up after a fall. It also can open doors. In Hawaii, Spot has been used to conduct remote interviews inside the temporary homeless shelter, where it can walk around and arbitrarily scan people.
Late last year, the New York Police Department started using Spot after painting it blue and renaming it DigiDog. In June of 2019, the California Huntington Park Police Department unveiled its latest recruit, a 400-pound robot known as HP RoboCop, a 360-degree surveillance autonomous data machine. It's been patrolling California's Salt Lake Park ever since.
According to media reports, Shanghai police have used robot dogs patrolling on the streets since 2020 to check passers-by temperatures and remind them to wear masks and wash their hands amid the coronavirus outbreak. The manufacturer of Spot said the agile 70-pound robotic hound is able to climb stairs and survey hazardous areas. Its purpose was to help officers better identify dangers at crime scenes and keep officers safe.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on Fun Day News. Let's make every day a fun day. I'm Wade Lee, your host, and I'll see you next time.